Good evening, everyone. My name is Elizabeth, the Education Coordinator for Marlene's Market and Deli. Tonight's special guest that we have with us, and it's always an honor, we have Lisa Shook. She is a certified master hypnotherapist and founder of Stressless Prosperity Institute. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being here with us and teaching on Intro to Self-Hypnosis.
Thank you, Elizabeth. I am just really excited to be here. I have some really good information to share with everybody. And I also just want everyone to congratulate yourself for being here tonight. On a Tuesday night, you could be doing many other things, right? So this must be important for you. And I'm going to share with you as much as I possibly can in the short time that we have together, so that when we're done today, you will have some tools to help yourself begin to start making whatever kind of positive changes you would like, whether it's releasing extra stress or changing unwanted thought patterns or stopping unwanted habits. I believe that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So thank you again for being here with me. And thank you, Elizabeth. So I appreciate your introduction. I'd like to share a little story with you about my first experience with seeing a stage hypnosis show. And it just really freaked me out. I was in Las Vegas and saw a hypnotist on stage. And my boyfriend volunteered at the time. This was many, many years ago, way before I ever even imagined or thought about becoming a hypnotist. I never would have dreamed I would be doing this, but I am so very honored and glad I am. Anyway, so my boyfriend volunteers to be up on stage, and the hypnotist is up there having them do lots of funny things for the entertainment. And I see my boyfriend up there doing the river dance like he had been doing it his whole life. You know, of course, everyone is laughing. And then the hypnotist has them turn their chairs around, you know, like they are they're riding a horse. The chair is the horse, and they are in a race. So you can see all the people on stage, they're ready. They're on their horse, getting ready, and boom, the gun goes off. They start the race. And in the middle of the race, wait, let me back up. I forgot to mention something important. Before the race started, the hypnotist pretended he had a microphone, right? And he's asking all of the jockeys, what is their horse's name? So my boyfriend had called his horse this nickname that he used to call me. And I thought that was really kind of strange. But then, you know, so the race starts, they're on their chairs pretending, you know, they're thinking they're riding a horse. But then the hypnotist did something. He came by and he said, boom, with his gun that he started the race with. So my boyfriend at the time thought that he shot his horse. And the hypnotist said, your horse is dead. So here I'm watching my boyfriend like crying, sobbing that his horse was dead. You know, so I'm thinking this is the meanest thing anyone could ever do, right? And so at the end of the show, I was pretty angry and upset. You know, I thought, this is cruel. And I don't think that hypnotist does this kind of a show anymore. But at the end, you know, I was asking my boyfriend, do you remember that? Like, what was happening there? And so he was trying to explain to me, you know, his experience. And he remembered it, but he said he knew that, you know, when he emerged and came off the stage, that it wasn't real. So there was no emotion, you know, afterwards, but it was very interesting to me, and it got me intrigued as well. So later, when I started learning about hypnosis, I learned the truth about hypnosis. People that are going on stage know they're going to be part of the entertainment. So that's why they do a lot of those funny, silly things like barking like a dog, clucking like a chicken. And, they are hypnotized. Most of the time, it's for fun and entertainment. And nobody is really experiencing anything that's super emotional like that. I've never seen anyone, have that kind of experience, but he wasn't, affected by it in any way. But the people who volunteer know they're going to be part of the entertainment, and that's why they follow instructions. It's not mind control. You really are always in control when you do hypnosis. Your brain does have a protective function at every level of your mind. So just know you are always in control. You are always safe because your brain has that protective function and is always trying to keep you safe. This is good news. And it's also bad news in a way, because your brain is always trying to keep you safe. It's always looking to keep you in what is familiar. So sometimes those familiar things can be unwanted habits, unwanted thoughts, unwanted feelings. And so these things are all coming from what is stored at the subconscious level of your mind. But part of your brain, there's a part of it that is called the reticular activating system. And that part of your brain it's at the top of your spine and the back of your brain. That reticular activating system is always filtering out information for you. So in that way, it's running on the stories at the subconscious level of your mind. So for example, if you have always told yourself, I'm not good at math, or I'm a slow reader, or I'm always stressed, well, that part of your brain will keep you in that place of maybe always being stressed, because that's what you've been saying for a long time. And that's what you've experienced, stress. So that's what it focuses on. And that part is not considering, hey, is this what I want? Is this good for me? Is it healthy? Is it bad, right or wrong? Nope. Just looking for what's familiar. So there we are, staying in what's familiar. So that's part of what I wanted to let you know, because sometimes we can have thoughts like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Is there something wrong with me? Right? As an adult, you're thinking, I know what I need to do. Why can't I just do it? Well, that's because your brain is always keeping you safe, looking for what's familiar. And so that's why just using conscious willpower alone isn't always easy. So there's nothing wrong with you, and I want you to be aware of that. My name is Lisa Shook. I'm a certified 5-path hypnotherapist and 7-path self-hypnosis teacher. I've been doing this kind of work for about 5 years, maybe a little bit more. But I love it because what I have found is that hypnosis is one of the safest, natural, fastest ways to help yourself make positive changes. And I believe all hypnosis is self-hypnosis because you're in control. So I have put in the chat a little handout, and this can be helpful because the handout is called the Accelerated Learning Form. And if we start off anytime we're trying to learn something new, it's helpful if you take a moment to write down what you want to get out of whatever kind of class you're taking. So for example, right now, if you want to take a moment to write down what you'd like to learn from this workshop, that will help you get into that mode of really knowing what you want to get out of this class and paying more attention, and your brain will be looking for the answer to what it is your intention is by attending this workshop. So just take a moment and write down whatever it is you'd like to learn out of this workshop. I'll be sharing some other some other forms with you as well, but fill that one out for now. I want to let you know that this workshop is meant to be, we're supposed to have a little bit of fun. Having fun can help engage your hippocampus for your improving your memory. I also want this to be a safe place where you feel comfortable asking questions. There are no stupid questions. It's important to ask questions. That helps me know how to help you better. So if you have a question at any time, you can put it in the chat and I'll do my best to pay attention and answer any questions you might have as we go through this. And the goal I have for you today is to have some tools that you can take away that will help you start practicing your own self-hypnosis. So I have 3 pages of worksheets that you'll be able to take with you. You don't see the handout, Carrie. It's at the very top of the chat box. It's titled the Accelerated Learning Form. And if you don't see it, what it says is just write down the one thing you'd like to gain, the benefit, or the one thing you'd like to learn from this class, and then write down 3 benefits of that intention. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thank you for reposting that. So the benefits of what you might learn from doing this self-hypnosis workshop, it might be that you're more relaxed, maybe you're more confident. Everybody could use a little bit more relaxation, a little more confidence in certain areas, right? Maybe you want to stop an unwanted habit. So write down the benefits of achieving that, because we'll be going back to this as we get to practice some self-hypnosis. So I would suggest also making sure that you're in a place, a safe place that you can close your eyes comfortably and safely without having interruptions. We'll get to that point here in a little bit, because first I'll go through some other things with you. How many people here, and you don't have to share if you don't want to, but how many of you, you could share it in the chat or raise your hand if you know how to use the little icon on Zoom of raising your hand. How many of you have already had an experience with hypnosis, whether it was listening to an audio or some other class? Elizabeth, you have, yes. Thumbs up. Good. I hope it was a very good experience for you. And hopefully everyone has filled out your accelerated learning form, because in just a moment, I'm going to give you a worksheet. Before I do, though, I do want to share some more of the information about hypnosis. What is hypnosis? The truth about hypnosis and how it can help you. So the truth about hypnosis is that, and I like to describe hypnosis, first of all, as a heightened state of focused awareness. So it's not a feeling. Hypnosis is not a feeling. It's not relaxation, because when you're working with a professional hypnotist like myself, sometimes we will be working on some things that you might feel energized. You might feel nothing at all. So just know that it is not relaxation, although I may have you focus on relaxation because relaxation is important and it feels good, right? So it is a heightened state of focused awareness where you can make those positive changes that you want to make. And you are always in control. There's a protective function at every level of your brain, at the conscious level, the subconscious level, and the unconscious level of your mind. And that is called the critical factor. It works like a comparing mechanism. So we all live at the conscious level of our mind, though, right? We live at the conscious level, and the conscious part of our mind is very limited. It can only hold about 6 or 7 bits of information at any given time. So when we think we're multitasking and getting more things done at once, we're not really. There's lots of science to show us that. We just think we're getting more done, but we're not really. The subconscious part of our mind is where all our memories, habits, and beliefs reside. The subconscious part of our mind has recorded everything from being in the womb to who we are today. So it remembers things that we can't really remember because we can't remember things that happened most of the time when we were a little child, maybe a baby, or maybe even 2 years old. But then we have the unconscious part of our mind, and that is the body's autonomic nervous system. At every level, your brain has a protective function, as I mentioned before, so you are always safe. If you do hypnosis, there's no such thing as, I had somebody ask me this the other day, is there a way of being stuck in hypnosis? No, there's no way you can be stuck in hypnosis. So you'll experience a little bit today that can help you understand more about how it works. But we've all, as adults, most of us, if you've ever, if you drive, I have a really good example of a naturally occurring state of hypnosis that happens. If you have ever been driving down the road and you arrive at your destination and you go, wow, here I am. I don't even remember my drive. Has that ever happened to any of you? Yeah, we call that highway hypnosis. And it happens to a lot of people lots of the time, because when you're driving, sometimes you might be focused on your to-do list. You might be focused on your problems. You might be listening to a really good podcast. So consciously, you're focused on something other than driving. So unconscious mind takes over driving because it knows how to do that. And there you are in a light state of hypnosis. And that's why we call it highway hypnosis. So there are many examples of naturally occurring states of hypnosis that we all go into. And even sometimes advertising, TV shows, those kind of things can get us very focused and go into that kind of trance-like state. But today, you get to use self-hypnosis to see how you can benefit and make some positive changes in your life. So I'm very excited that you're here. And I'd like you now, if you are in a place where you could maybe stand up, just go ahead and stand up. I'm going to share with you a little example of how your mind can work. And so if you could stand up in a place where you can close your eyes right now, go ahead and do that. Just stand up, take a nice breath, and then exhale and close your eyes. And just follow my instructions. This is an example of how your mind works. We're not in hypnosis yet. So as you have your eyes closed, using your imagination best as you can, I'd like you now to imagine in your right hand, you are holding a balloon, a helium balloon. It's a big red helium balloon. And while you're holding the string, it begins to go higher and higher and higher as you're holding that red balloon, the string. In your left arm, you're also holding a basket, a yellow basket. And in that yellow basket, there are a few rocks. Now, I'm about to drop another little heavier rock into the basket. And now that basket has become heavier. You feel the weight, and I drop another rock in the basket. It feels heavier, and another rock still. The basket is now heavier, and you may notice that red balloon is trying to go up higher and higher as you're holding on to the heavier yellow basket. I want you now to go ahead and open your eyes. Good. Now I want you to notice as you open your eyes, you may notice that one arm was up here and one arm, the left arm, was down here. You might have been bent over a little bit. And if any of you did that exercise, I would love it if you could share in the chat maybe, or raise your arm, raise your hand with the little icon to let me know if you experienced what I was talking about. The arm that was holding the balloon being higher and the arm that was holding the basket being lower. And whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and sit back down. Good. Thank you for sharing. What I would like to do now is share with you a way that you can help yourself relax pretty quickly, okay? What I mentioned earlier about RAS, the reticular activating system, it's filtering, that part of your brain is filtering all the information from the external world, all the sounds, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, because if you were being bombarded, if your brain and your mind and your body were being bombarded with everything at once, you probably wouldn't be able to handle it. So a nice way you can help yourself to relax and to calm that part of your mind down is to simply take a nice deep breath. As you exhale, close your eyes and just take your chin down to your chest, just a little bit. Imagine that as you do it, you're relaxing. This simple movement, if you do it right now, you may notice you start to feel more calm. This simple movement of taking your attention by moving your chin down to your chest, you could even add the attention of taking your attention to your heart. This simple movement is a signal to your body that it's time to just be calm and relax. So imagine now, choose a color that represents peace and tranquility for you, whatever color that is. Imagine you could take in a nice deep breath, inhaling through the nose. And imagine as you inhale through the nose, you are breathing in the color of peace and tranquility. Then on the exhale, exhaling out the color of any stress or anxiety. So choose your color and make a mental note of the color that represents peace and tranquility. Also make a mental note of the color that represents stress or anxiety. Breathe in through the nose, peace and tranquility, and exhale slowly out the mouth, the color of stress or anxiety. And do a couple rounds of this breathing and allow yourself to relax. Relaxing all the way from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. And now you can continue with your eyes closed. I'm going to take you through a few steps, helping yourself relax more deeply. So when you're ready, continue now with your eyes closed. Get yourself in a comfortable spot. And this simple, deliberate, step-by-step instructions will help you eliminate external stimulus around you. It'll help you to relax more deeply. And this will help you relax. And this is important because when you can relax, you can make those healthy choices, better decisions. You can think more clearly. I bet we can all agree that relaxation can really be a great benefit, right? So continue now with your eyes closed, breathing normally. And as you do, still continue with your attention on your heart. This naturally opens you up for positive relaxation, comfort. And as you begin to relax more deeply, your mind will relax. And now just slow the rhythm of your breathing with a very long exhale. So breathe in and then exhale out. Very long breath on the exhale. The exhale, by slowly exhaling and letting the exhale be longer than the inhale, sends the signal to your body. It's time to relax. And it invites your body to relax more deeply, peacefully. And now relax the back of your tongue. Let your tongue release and relax. Imagine speech is dissolving away as your mind is free to experience new and expansive thoughts. Maybe silence as you relax. Maybe stillness now. And the next step, I'd like you to drop into your heart. Imagine dropping your consciousness into your heart. As you breathe in, you begin breathing with your heart. Imagine every breath in, every breath out, going deeper, relaxed. As you notice your heart, it has loving grace. It has supported you through your whole life. Gentle, peaceful, and wise. And as you continue breathing with your heart, bring your attention to a sense of spaciousness around you, behind you. Maybe you notice the space around your face, around your ears. And the more you notice this sense of space, you begin to feel more relaxed and more peaceful. You begin to feel lighter as you begin dropping even deeper, deeper, deeper relaxed. And you notice now how your body is settling. Now, gradually slow down your breathing even more. That's right. Slow it, slow, even slower, so that it's gentle, soft, and complete. And now you may start feeling like you're floating and drifting. It may feel as if you don't know where your body ends and the rest of the world begins. You begin feeling so peaceful, so at peace, so connected. It's as if you're blending with the surrounding environment. And here in this peaceful state, go ahead and consider the goals, the benefit those 3 benefits you wrote down about the goal you wanted to achieve by attending this workshop. Think about the benefits, your goal already accomplished. And as you're relaxing, you're becoming one with everything. You're connected, light, and free. Relaxing even further, deeper relaxed still. You've reached that silent, still, peaceful point. Good. Whatever you notice is perfect for you. There's no right or wrong. Allow yourself to just be without judgment. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And when I get to 3, I'd like you to open your eyes and emerge from this, what's called an alpha sequence. This was created by Erica Flint. She was my teacher. You'll emerge from the alpha sequence feeling connected, light, and free. 1, you're beginning to emerge now, filled with a sense of deep connection to all existence. 2, slowly preparing to open your eyes. And 3, opening your eyes, feeling connected, light, and free. And you do feel good, don't you? Good. Very good. And if any of you would like to share your experience, you could just make a short comment if you'd like. And now I'm going to share one of the worksheets that I mentioned earlier. I'm going to go through this pretty quickly, so bear with me now as I attach the files for you. There are 3 pages I'm attaching here. There we go. And they are uploading now. So you can see Intro to Self-Hypnosis, page 1, Self-Hypnosis handout, page 2. Oh, yay, you feel like you're full of positive energy now. Good, good job. Excellent. Good job. Good job, everybody. You'll benefit from this. I bet you're going to sleep good tonight and wake up tomorrow refreshed, feeling more positive and energized. Good. So there we go. Let's take a look at the first page. The Intro to Self-Hypnosis. We've already gone over most of what's on this first handout. The truth about hypnosis, coming up with one change that you would like to make, and the 3 benefits of that change. My computer's being really slow here, so it's just now opening this document up. I was going to share my screen just in case you can't open it. It might be helpful. And my computer's being really slow. It has not opened yet. Let me see if I can share with you the first handout here. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Good, thank you. All right, so here's some information that we have gone over. Hypnosis, what I describe as a heightened state of focused awareness, So when we do hypnosis, you may feel nothing at all because it is a different brainwave state. It's a different state of mind, right? So you might sometimes feel light, like you're floating. Sometimes you might feel nothing at all. And sometimes you might feel very relaxed, heavy, safe, and grounded. But just know that you're only going to say what you would normally say in any given conversation when you are working with a hypnotist, with a professional hypnotist like myself. And you will remember everything you need to remember. And you're always in control. So this does cover what was on the accelerated learning sheet. Deciding on one change that you want to make, right? And writing down 3 benefits of that change. So this is a handout that you can keep with you to continue practicing self-hypnosis when we're done. And now I am going to open the second page and share it with you, because this part will be what we get to practice here. And I'm sharing my screen once again. Here we go. Okay. So we're about to practice self-hypnosis. But first, I want you to be able to create a positive suggestion for yourself so that you can see kind of what it's like to give yourself a positive suggestion to make the change you want to make. So I give you 7 tips. Think about the one change and the suggestion you want to make to yourself. You want to keep it simple, short, and easy. For example, I love to work out. I enjoy going to the gym every day. Keep it behavioral. So you're doing more of something or less of something. Present tense. So the suggestion should be like, I now enjoy going to the gym every day. I always go to the gym at 4 in the morning because it helps me start my day the right way. I don't know if you get up that early, but yeah, that's a little extreme. That's just what came out of my mouth. 4 a.m. No, it'd be more like 7 or 8 or 9 a.m. So keep it positive. I am doing this now. From now on, I am a non-smoker. From now on, I love feeling energized. I sleep so well every night. From now on, I go to bed early. And then keep it believable. I want you to dream big, but keep your first suggestion somewhat believable and measurable. Like, I feel this has already happened now. I feel good. I feel good going to the gym. I like how I feel when I go to the gym. After I go to the gym, I have more energy. So an example of something that you might not want to say, you wouldn't want to say, I'm not tired anymore after the gym. You wouldn't want to say, I don't feel tired after I wake up in the morning anymore. No, you want to say, I now wake up energized and refreshed. And while you're doing this, the wonderful thing about using self-hypnosis and doing hypnosis is, in hypnosis, you can use all the levels of your mind at once. So as you're making the positive suggestion to yourself, the 7th tip I listed was the reward. Think about the benefits of that reward. Really embody the benefits of the reward. Embodying meaning you can feel it, you can smell it, you can hear it, You might notice your posture, your breathing, in the experience of the benefits. So do you have any questions so far? Does anyone have any questions so far? If you don't, I'd like you to use this form and write down one positive suggestion for yourself that relates to the issue you want to resolve. So think about a suggestion, a positive suggestion you could give to yourself. And it can be really short, doesn't have to be long. And then give me a thumbs up when you've got your suggestion written down for yourself, because after you've done that, we're going to go through these steps I've listed here for you to take yourself into hypnosis. So I'll give you a few minutes here to just write down your positive suggestion. We'll do this first one. We won't have time for both, but see you're all writing. Good, good, good. You're doing great. Doing excellent. Okay, Stephanie, I see your question here. I'm going to respond to you. There you go. If anyone needs help or has a question, just put it in the chat for me. Okay. Okay. So on this second handout that I've shared with you, it's got a couple different methods in how you can induce self-hypnosis when you want to practice giving yourself that positive suggestion and using your imagination to feel all the benefits of that one change. Well, I'll show you the first. The first one, we'll practice this. And this is the easiest self-hypnosis method. Okay, it's got step-by-step instructions here. And it may take you several times, to get the hang of it. But hopefully, what I would love to have you do is over the next week, if you are practicing this a couple times a day, I would love to hear back from you. And I'll put you'll have all my contact information on Marlene's Market, but also I believe on the forums, you can email me or call me and let me know if this helped you or if you have any questions. So here is one way, the easiest self-hypnosis method. Choose a color that represents that peace and tranquility, calm, clarity of mind. Yeah. Sit in a comfortable position or lay down, okay? And so you could do this right now. We can do this together. Get in your position and find a spot on the ceiling or the wall to focus on. So you find that spot on the ceiling or the wall, something just above normal eye level. And you start counting from 1 to 10, taking in nice deep breaths, breathing in the color that represents peace and tranquility, and opening and closing your eyes with each number. So breathing in that color, opening your eyes, number 1, closing, 2, opening, breathing in peace and tranquility, 3, 4, continuing to count, opening and closing your eyes with each number. Continue breathing, opening and closing your eyes. Once you get to 10, continue breathing normally and naturally, allowing yourself to go deeper with each exhale. And you can use your thumb and finger to keep track if you like, and repeat your positive suggestion 10 times. Go ahead and repeat your positive suggestion 10 times. When you're done, count from 10 down to 1 and open your eyes feeling refreshed and great. Good job. Very good. Very good. And you do feel good, don't you? Yes. I'm answering your question, Carrie. There we go. Sorry about that. I didn't see the message. And I'd like to add, lots of us have more than one issue to work on, right? Also, a side note, we're all human beings. We're never done. So there's always going to be something that we can improve on or make positive changes. Especially during hard times, it can be really difficult to pick one thing to work on. So what I suggest is to pick the first thing that comes to mind. And that hopefully can help you. What happens is, and I'm really glad that you asked this, when you have more than one thing to work on and there's just a lot of stuff going on, the benefits of making one change in hypnosis, the benefits of that can very well, and most of the time, those benefits spill out into other areas in your life. For example, I had someone who came to me that had more than one thing. He wanted to quit smoking. He wanted to gain more confidence, and he wanted to improve his posture. So he's like, okay, so quitting smoking was most important right away. But also gaining in confidence was important as well, because he had got promoted at his job and he was now moving into a management role. So he decided to work on quitting smoking first. So what happened, the benefit of quitting smoking, he was so surprised. He was automatically more confident. Why? Well, there can be many reasons. One, he wasn't worried about smelling bad, so he now could walk around feeling confident about smelling better. And the second thing, he reduced his stress, because although he thought smoking was giving him relief from stress, it was actually causing more stress. He was worried about the smell, worried about the cost, worried about the effects on his health. So that's an example of how working on one thing, one issue, and the benefits can spill over into other areas of your life. So don't worry about picking the right thing to work on, because somehow those benefits usually will spill over into those other areas and help you make those positive other changes as well. And I hope that makes sense. Good. I see everybody shaking heads. So I want you to acknowledge yourself for showing up here today. And I have something I really, I wanted to offer to all of you who attended the Marlene's workshops with me here, the Introduction to Self-Hypnosis. I always offer free consultations, but I would love to meet with you. And if you would like to work with me, there are a couple bonuses, and I have a special discount for anyone that has attended the workshop that wants to work with me one-on-one. So I offer one-on-one work, and I also work with businesses to help their employees in sales, confidence, higher production rates. So those are some things I just want to throw out there. If you have a company you work for, or you're an owner of a company and you're looking ways to help your employees improve, I do work with businesses as well. So does anyone have questions that we haven't covered here today? I'm going to go ahead and open up the third page, because I didn't open up that third page. While I am waiting to see if y'all have any questions. I am located in Auburn, but I do work with people through Zoom. It works fine through Zoom remotely. Yes, I can help through Zoom, Marie. It works through Zoom as long as you have a safe place where you can comfortably close your eyes and relax without any interruptions. So, for example, you wouldn't want to be in a spot where your dogs are going to come jumping in, or your cat's going to be walking all over you. Your family members aren't going to interrupt, those kind of things. So it works just as effectively through Zoom, as long as you set those parameters for yourself, so that you can enjoy the benefits of doing the work as well. And I had been working with people even before the pandemic, so I was really grateful that I was able to help people. I'd already been helping people through Zoom. Yeah, and thank you all the way in Australia. Wow. So let me share. Yes, love it. Let me share my screen one more time to take a look at this third handout I've shared with you. Where did my share screen go? Oh, there it is. Got it. Okay, y'all. Here we go. So this was the third handout. So you've got your first handout explaining hypnosis, having you write down the one change you want to make and the 3 benefits of that change. You've got your second page with the tips on how to create your positive suggestion for yourself. And now this third page kind of reminds you of when to use your positive suggestion and how to do that. And then there's some more information about me on this third handout. So you've got all of that. And you can also reach me anytime, email, phone call. You can schedule a free consultation if you go to my website. And I would really, really love to hear how you're doing after the workshop. So please feel free to reach out. And remember, I'm offering that special discount for attending the Marlene's workshop. And I want to thank you, Elizabeth, for hosting. You're always a lovely host and so helpful.
Aw, shucks. Thank you, Lisa. And you are always a wonderful presenter, always bringing the most fantastic content about health and wellness and helping others thrive in life, which is so important.
Yeah, it is, especially during these times, right? There's so much change happening, and as human beings, we resist change. And I love that saying, what we resist persists. It's just, it reminds me of like something said earlier. Like, I keep telling myself, I know I don't want to eat these, I can't have gluten. I need to stay away from dairy, but I can't stop thinking about it now. Now that I can't have those things, it's like all I want is those things. Well, what we resist persists. So yeah. So you all, I just really want to thank you. Acknowledge yourself for coming today. And I appreciate you all very, very much.
Aw, thank you, everyone. We're going to say goodbye to our Facebook Live friends.
Okay, bye everybody.